Welcome back to the channel, everyone. How are you, Johnny?
I'm doing okay. How you doing?
I'm good, but I am looking at your t-shirt feeling like there should be some sort of
It's a great shirt.
thematic music happening with it. Is there any score?
Oh yes. One of the greats.
Oh, love it. Today, we are going to learn. We have been rotating back and forth between exploring Indian music and some Indian artists, and also trying to just understand it because it's so foreign to us. So we've had a lot of people recommend this video from teacher Anuja K, if I'm saying your name correctly. What is Raag? And it's a long one. It's about 12 minutes, so we're probably just going to kind of sit back, not really react because we're here to learn, but we figured we would do this as a reaction video because we had so many comments that really enjoyed learning along with us. So that's what we're doing today.
Well, let's do it. I'm looking forward to it. Before we get started, if you'd be so kind and if you like what you see, please hit like and subscribe, ring that bell so you can keep up to date with what's going on with us.
Yes, and that also helps the video get seen by, YouTube's algorithm, gets pushed out for more people to learn along with us. So that would be awesome.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Oh, beautiful.
Well, this was an attempt of mine in singing Raag Bhairav.
An attempt.
Many of y'all might be having this doubt. What exactly is a Raag? Why don't we take this up today? Well then, welcome to this episode of the Basic Theory of Indian Music with me, Anuja K.
Anuja. I love this play with notes.
People who are watching this episode today, many of you all might be acquainted to Indian classical music, many might not be, but I'm sure that each and every one of you all must have heard this term Raag at least once in their lifetime. Well, this term of Raag is very unique to Indian classical music and it forms its backbone. In Hindustani it is called as Raag, in Carnatic it is called as Ragam, and many people also call it Raga, which is actually an anglicized version of the term Raag. But it all boils down to, or it all means the same thing. Now coming back to the question, what is Raag? Well, in the simplest terms, Raag means a melody which is used to express a feeling. Now you will ask, what is a melody? Melody is a ear-pleasing combination of musical notes. But mind you that a Raag is not a very random combination or a random melody. To understand the concept of Raag, you will have to understand the three layers which form a Raag, or the three steps in the formation of a Raag. The first step is understanding that Raag is a set of notes arranged in an ascending and a descending order. The ascending order is called as Aroha, while the descending order is called as Avroha. There have to be minimum 5 notes in the ascending and 5 in the descending. The number of notes in a Raag determine what we call as the jati of the Raag. So if there are 5 notes in the ascending and 5 in the descending, the Raag is what we call as Odav Jati Raag. Odav means 5. The example of Odav Jati Raag is the Raag Bhoop, which has 5 notes in ascending, 5 in descending. Sare ga pa dha sa, all original notes. Sa re ga pa dha sa, sa dha pa ga re sa.
Johnny, what are the intervals on that?
So actually that's very similar to a pentatonic scale. So she's starting in B flat. So it's the first, second, third, fifth, sixth octave.
Got it.
Yeah.
Right, I was just curious about the relativity of that because that felt familiar to me.
This forms the set of Raag Bhoop. If there are 6 notes in the ascending and 6 in descending, it is called as Shadav Jati Raag. And if there are 7 notes in the ascending and descending, then it is called as Sampurna or just Sampurna Jati Raag. Now interestingly, there are some rags which have a mixed jati, like they have 5 notes in ascending and 7 notes while descending. So it's called as Odav Sampurna Jati Raag. While similarly, many have 5 notes while ascending and 6 notes while descending, making it Odav Shadav Jati Raag, and so on and so forth. A rag is formed by the combination of the notes in this set, and while singing one rag, you cannot use the notes beyond this set. You have to use only the notes from this set. If you use something which is not in this set, then you will be breaking the rules of the rag, which is not at all acceptable. Now
Hey.
comes step number 2.
It's like strict
The
on
second
that.
step is knowing that every rag has a chalan, or there are rules when it comes to combination of notes. For Western music students, this is exactly the difference between the Western concept of scale or mode and the Indian concept of rag. When it comes to a scale or mode, you can have the combination of any note with any note in the set. While in rag, you can't combine randomly. There are specific rules, and at the same time, there are key phrases or key combination of notes that one has to use, one cannot omit, because these phrases or combination of musical notes give rag its identity. Now, to take an example of the second step, let's take the Sampurna Jati Rag of Yaman, which has, because it is Sampurna, it has the 7 notes. But instead of taking the original positioned ma, we are taking the variant of ma, which is Tivra ma. So the set sounds something like this. Sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa, sa re da pa ma ga re sa.
That's cool.
Ooh.
But when it comes to singing or elaborating Rag Yaman, your teacher will tell you that Yaman does not really take the phrase Sare Ga. Instead, the phrase Nire Ga forms the identity of Yaman. So instead of taking Sare Ga Ma Pa, you take Nire Ga Ma Pa. One more
Wait.
such key phrase which gives Yaman its identity.
I heard the difference.
I don't know
but
what happened
didn't
the second time.
I was going to say, I heard it, but I didn't understand it. Let me
Yeah, the
back
first
up.
part I recognized, it has a similarity to the Lydian mode where you basically raise the fourth. So instead of do, re, mi, so, it's do, re, mi, la.
Right. Okay,
Which,
let me...
so I recognize that. The second thing she did, I have to hear that 10 times more.
Identity of Yaman. So instead of taking Sa Re Ga Ma Pa, you take Ni Re Ga Ma Pa.
Is it
One
inverted?
more such key phrase which gives
So I know the first note.
Right,
so
right, right.
We were here, and she was going flat. She was basically taking the 7th tone of a major scale that we know.
Right.
But the second one, da no, da no, it's like
Yeah,
that or
it's
something.
like...
Da no, which
I-
immediately that's got a cool.
Yeah, it's super cool.
That's
All right,
awesome.
we'll keep playing.
Yaman its
And yes,
identity
I'm going to
is
incorporate
the
it into another
combination
song
of
that
the
I wrote.
notes pa and
That I
re.
write for sure.
So it's something like this. Ni re ga ma pa re sa. The third rule of Yaman is probably that while you're ascending and you're going beyond pa, you're not supposed to take the note pa. You're supposed to omit pa. So you can't sing it in this manner. Ni re ga ma pa da ni sa. Wrong. It should be Ni re ga ma da ni sa.
Oh, that's so much better.
And while descending, of course, you can take all the 7 notes.
I need to watch this back. Da, 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 da.
Da, da, is what we would want to hear.
Something like that. Wow, that's cool.
It's like the first one I was like, oh no, that's in my brain. I'm like, oh yeah, I have that part. She's like, no, that's wrong. she was in my head.
Yeah, guys, I am in my glory right now. This is so fascinating.
Hold on.
It should be Ni re ga ma da ni sa. And while descending, of course, you can take all the 7 notes. So Ni re ga ma da ni sa. Sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. That's
Wow.
Yaman. Now this concept of chalan in the rag is very interesting, because you can have two rags with the same set of notes, but the chalan of each rag is different, and that gives the flavor to the rag and distinguishes one rag from the other. For example, let's take the rags Raag Marwa and Raag Sohni. They have exactly the same notes, 6 notes in ascending and 6 in descending, but the chalan is different. The set of notes sounds something like this. Sa re ga ma da ni sa ni ga ma ga re sa. But when you're singing Marwa, your teacher will tell you to rest on re and dha more. So it sounds like this, Raag Marwa. Sa da ni re ga ma da ni re sa re ni da ma ga re da ni re sa. Because
everything she's doing, it's so hypnotizing. It's like everything she's doing I could hear in like a great cinematic scene. It's like it just creates a mood and visuals, and even just with, she's got, there's one droning note in the background. What note is that?
It's a B.
Yeah. So that's just happening there, and then just everything she's doing relative to that is enough to like channel a feeling. You don't even need all the other instrumentation.
Yeah, man, it feels like I'm discovering music for the first time again. It's like the first time that you hear that, if you
It's like a new
really
chord.
getting
Like,
into music,
what?
like, oh my gosh, it's like, what is this? And it's just crazy to me that this is so structured too, because when you hear it, there is an element of freedom, and so almost like an improv, like sort of jazz, like a jazz approach where it's constantly changing, but there is very strict rules, which I guess
Far more
there are
than
in
I
jazz
realized.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to have that structure but sound so fluid, that's pretty amazing.
All right, let's keep going.
re sa
Oh, sorry, I'm back up.
da ni re sa. Because of the rest on re and dha, you see how the rag got a very contemplative feeling. It's as if a man is thinking about the meaning of life and thinking about deep philosophy. At the same time, with the same set of notes, you can create Raag Sohni, which is a chanchal rag, which is a little restless rag, which sounds something like this. Gamadani sare sa ne da ma ga gamada gama ga re sa gamadani sa. So when you listen to Raag Sohni, you will never think of a man who is contemplating about life. Instead, you will think of a person who is a little zestful, a little bit angry, irritated, and is on his toes always. So that is how
love
the
these
chalan is very
descriptions.
important, and it gives the flavor to every rag and makes the rags distinct even if they have the same notes. Okay, now that I know about step 1 and step 2, let me try singing Raag Yaman for you. I will sing the set of notes in Yaman, and definitely I'll combine the notes using the rules of the rag. Okay, Raag Yaman. Ni re ga re sa, ni re ga ma pa re sa, ga ma dha ni dha pa, ga ma dha ni sa ni dha pa ma ga re sa.
This is much more.
But still, it didn't sound like Raag Yaman. Why? I had the same set of notes, I used the rules of combining, but why didn't it sound like Raag Yaman? Well, at this point, the third step is very important. A rag is not complete without the use of specific ornamentation in the rag. In classical singing, in the singing of rag, the ornamentation of kanaswar is very important. Now, the notes in a rag are not taken plainly. They have kana, or the touch of other surrounding notes, and that is what gives the beauty to the note. Now, for example, I will not sing Raag Yaman plainly. Ni re ga ma pa re sa. This becomes very plain, but using the Kanaswar, it becomes Ni re ga ma pa re sa. What did I do? Ni ga re. I actually gave the touch of ga to re. Ni ga re ga ma pa re sa. So while I was singing per re, I was actually taking the notes in between also. Per.
It's like you playing the part on the piano versus what a violinist can do without frets or keys.
Yeah,
They can imitate that more. It's utilizing the advantage of what the larynx is actually capable of so much more.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you kind of
Yeah, but she's even pulling on her skill sets are wonderful because it's not just the note, but she's also giving these little flavorful like crescendos and decrescendos, like these little swells and volume mixed in with it. And what a wonderful teacher, not just in her demonstration, but the way she's explaining it. I mean, this is a single pass is too much to absorb it all. But
I was thinking I need to watch this 20 times after we're done because it's really interesting. And
I was just thinking I need to hit the
going over my head
subscribe
a little
button.
bit.
Yes,
Like I'm getting certain things because there are certain familiar motifs and things,
right?
And like I'm hearing notes, but when she starts doing the bends and stuff, and it's on top of a scale that's not
a little unfamiliar
for our ears.
Yes.
It creates something just
magical. So just a reminder for those of you who want to watch this on your own, there is a link in the description. Please, please, please go check this out.
Like just real quick.
It's beautiful.
Great.
So while I was singing per re, I was actually taking the notes in between also. Pa re sa. So these Kanaswar or the shadow notes or the notes that you just touch, they are not pronounced. You just touch them and say a high, little bit high and come back. So that is the intricacy of singing a rag, the minute detailing, the micro notes used, that increases the beauty of rag and gives it its structure. Just like how the human body is made up of layers, like the layer of bones, layer of muscles and tissues, and then the layer of skin, and then only it becomes a human body. Similarly, a rag is also formed of 3 layers, as we saw: the layer of the set of notes, then to add on it the layer of chalan and the layer of ornaments. These elements together, combined together, interacting with each other will give you a rag. I hope this episode was informative enough and all the doubts that you had regarding the concept of rag have been clarified. Well, if you found this episode interesting, then please do like the video, share the video and subscribe to my channel. That's all for today's episode. I will love to see you in my coming episodes. Till then, take care and peace be with you.
Wow. Thank you for recommending that video. That was really neat.
This is awesome. Hopefully you guys enjoyed yourselves along with us, learning along with us. This is super cool. And we will be back for more as promised. So we will see you then. Thanks for joining us.
Guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.